Hey guys, this is Matt. I'm coming to you with a deck profile for Vegito. Uh, I guess to start off the video, I would like to, say that Vegito's one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball. So when he got a new card in the anniversary set, pretty hyped. It was really good too. It helps the deck out a lot. It speeds it up. And now the new Vegito support we're getting is just amazing all in and of itself. So I wanted to make a deck profile. I've been testing the deck since the anniversary came out. And as you know, if you guys have watched for a long time, I made a other Vegito deck that I was very proud of that I worked very hard on building, and I put the same amount of effort and love into this deck too. So we'll get into it. If you don't know what the leader does on the front, it's kind of bad. It has to swing out a leader to draw a card, but you untap 2 of your energy when you flip it over. So that also helps the deck a lot. Having 2 more energy is just amazing. Pretty much on his front side, he gains 5k in double strike when your opponent has no battle cards in the battle area. So he'll be a 20k double striker when they have nothing in the battlefield. And if they have 2 or less, so this adds on top of the permanent if there are none in their battle area. It gains another 5k and you draw a card when it attacks. You draw a card regardless when it attacks, but it also gains the ability to gain 5k if your opponent has 2 or less. So if they have none, you are a 25 double striker and you draw a card. So leader's just really, it's strong. I wish it was a little bit better. I wish it gained the double strike regardless. I wish we could maybe boost him up by 10k on the permanent and give him double strike, but that would probably be asking for a little bit too much. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. So I did this deck profile a little bit different. What I did pretty much is I want to explain things as I go along. I don't just want to show you guys the colors because it's kind of difficult to grasp the deck. Sorry, grasp the deck if you don't understand the combos going on with it. So, just starting it off easy though, we do place 4 of the 7-drop. And if you don't know what this guy does, he's a Union Patar for 5. You're not going to use that much, if at all. But he's a triple striker as well, which is really important for the deck. This guy's going to be not your main attacker, but he's going to be the main guy that you want on the board. His auto is when your leader card is Vegito, which it obviously is. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and up to 1 card in your opponent's hand. Place them in the drop area and choose 2 cards. Then you may choose up to 2 cards in your life and add them to your hand. You get this guy out pretty easily in the deck, so hopefully you'll be holding out to 6 life maybe. You don't really want to take damage because this guy's just going to awaken you if you really need. Sometimes you don't need to. That's why it says choose up to. You don't have to take the life. But he's definitely good just as a triple striker. He's only 25 though, so you're going to need a combo a little bit more on top of him, which is a little unfortunate, but it's whatever because this card is just really good by itself. Picking a card out of your opponent's hand and not KOing, placing something in the drop area is it's just really good. I like it a lot. But I really do like the new stuff that's coming out. I think it's a lot better than this stuff, but I think you probably would play the new Vegito card in it. I don't know. I'd have to test it out. The leader on the front does pretty much the same as the new Vegito card. But back to this deck profile, we play 4 Vegito Super Warrior Reborn. So this guy's kind of weird. You need to have this guy on the front to use him. To his fullest extent, pretty much. But usually you'll get there because there's some cards in here that get you there. Like I said, sometimes you want to hold out to take the 2, but that's only when you Patara for 5. So, I just was trying to explain that at least. I think I explained it a little bit bad, but this guy, what he needs you to have this guy on the Awaken side, and when you do, you get to choose 1 Vegito with 25k power, boom, and place him on top. That's all you do. You don't have to Patara for 3 green, because Patara for 3 green is kind of difficult nowadays. But how we get him out is from the energy area, of course, using this guy. Let me get you out of the way. Now, what he does is you unit Patron for 1 on top of the Son Goku or Vegeta. Then, when you play him when you union, you get to draw 1, and when you play him, regardless of unioning or not, you get to draw 1 card. So he's a you +2 off of this card, but in actuality, you probably just +1 because 1. But you get 2 cards regardless when you union Patara, which is nice because when you don't Patara with him, you miss out on those 2 cards. But this guy just gives you those 2 cards regardless. And then you choose 2 energy. Then you choose up to 1 Vegito in the energy. Swap them out pretty much. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's the same amount pretty much to Patara, but now you don't need 3 green. You can have 3 of any color. So that's why we play him. Then for our Vegetas and our Gokus, we play 3 Saiyan Duo Vegeta. Reason why is because he is grabbable from anywhere with the Vegito I'm about to show you after I show you this Goku. He's grabbable from the deck or the drop. So if you do draw him, you can just send him, you can combo him. He's a 5k, put him in the drop, and then he's usable again. So, yeah, he's pretty good. And you don't ever really need blue energy. You can if you really want to hard cast this guy. But there's not much blue in the deck, so you don't need to worry about it. These are just the best Vegetas and Son Gokus, I feel. So they're kind of like a staple, especially if you want to play the Gogeta stuff. They're both 1Ks. So we play the Saiyan Duo Son Goku. I forgot to mention what this guy did. When you play him, you can't play non-Vegito battle cards, which kind of sucks, but the deck is pretty much based off of all Vegito cards, so it's whatever. When you play him, he gets 9k when this guy's on the field, and he also untaps a blue. So, pretty good. In the beginning of the game, you make the choice whether, when you look at your hand before you charge, you make the choice whether you think you're going to be able to charge him, or you're going to charge the blue. Because you really do gotta choose. You don't really have a, let me say, you don't have like you do have alternate win cons in the deck, but like you really want to not restrict yourself to not being able to play this by not charging a blue, if you understand what I mean. So usually in the beginning you want to either if you see this guy in the beginning, I'll show you. If you see this guy in the beginning, you want to charge him first, or you want to charge a blue. So only 1 though, you don't need more than 1. They both play off of 1 blue, but really you only need to care about this guy. Regardless though, if you see this guy, it doesn't matter. You tap 1 pretty much to grab 1 Son Goku and 1 Vegeta from deck or drop. So if you see this guy, everything I told you in the beginning doesn't matter. You just dig to find this guy to charge him for the Powers Combined Vegeta. So yeah, you tap 1, activate main, throw him from your hand into the drop, drag out 2 Goku and Vegetas, or 1 Goku and 1 Vegeta, negate their skills, and play them in rest. Easy, pretty good. I like it a lot. And then if they're still, for some reason, on your board at the end of the turn, you have to put them back in the drop area. Or, yeah, just in the drop area, regardless. So, that was it for getting out the Vegeta stuff. Now we gotta show stuff to back it up a little bit. Beginning turns, you don't want to take too much damage. You can, but we will use pseudo super combos. The reason why we're using the red ones and not the green ones is because we play the SSB Gogeta. Pretty good because we need something that can come out pretty easily. It's really only for that reason. I don't want to play the Broly one. I wanted a little support from a fusion. I didn't want to play Gogeta if at all possible. If I was going to play a different Gogeta, it would probably be the 7-drop that you ditch a Goku and Vegeta from your hand and play him, and he's like a cell almost. But yeah, we do play him. He's a double striker. He comes out for when there's a red and a green in the energy area. So when there's a super combo and there's you could say a Vegeta or a pseudo super combo. You tap 1 red and play him pretty much. When you play him though, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 4 or less and KO it. So it's kind of like an explosive. It's pretty good. It's really useful in the deck. It happens a lot. You see it. A lot of Janemba cards don't got barrier. So when they swing for that 20k crit, you can do this and kill it. It's very important because milling your deck really sucks if you haven't seen the 4-drop green Vegito, because you really need that. So he's really good for that reason. If you know you're playing against Janemba, you want to hold this combo. It's very important. It also helps a little against Brawly, just so you can get the little guys out of the way. If you understand like the 1-drop or the 4-drop. Excuse me. Another reason why we play the multicolored card is I really wanted to play this guy. He seems like a better option than the excuse me, 1 second while I figure out what the card is. Godstrike Beerus. Godstrike's really good at taking care of barrier cards because you remove the barrier with its effect by comboing with it and then killing it. But this guy, and it's usually for cards that are 3 or less, like Path to Greatness or the 3-drop Janemba. Just a lot of cards with barrier that are really annoying are 3-drops. This guy helps you because if you play him, so you can play him for 2 green, or you can combo him for 5k 2 mana, I would probably suggest you play him if you're tapping the 2 mana. But you can use this on your opponent's turn. So either way, doesn't matter. So you combo him, tap 2. What he does is that when you have a multicolored card, you can choose a card with barrier 3 or less and KO it, pretty much. It's really good. It's really good to get around Path to Greatness, which is another really annoying card. So to get us to Awaken, if we see our plays, we play the newfound power Son Gohan. Reason why you play him, 15k crit, you need like every attacker you can shove into the deck. The deck has like no space. So playing all these like cheeky little combos is really important because they themselves are important in the deck. Because they're like the only beaters you have. Sorry, there's a motorcycle going through my neighborhood right now and it's very, very loud. But yeah, because even this guy is important, more important than usual, because usually he just is used as a self-awaken option, but you really need him to be the beater, to attack. So you want to make sure the damage that you're taking in your games with this deck is from yourself, pretty much. Another new card, an amazing card, I love it so much, is Blazing Technique. Blazing Technique is when your leader card is a green Vegito, which it is, yay, you get 15k power, which is just amazing. It's like almost like a pseudo super combo, but it also gets the effect that you can choose a 4 or less and KO it, or you can choose a 2 or less, ignoring barrier and KO it. So I can't on top of my head think of especially when I'm playing the Goku that gets rid of 3 or less, or I have chosen the last one. I always choose the 4 or less and KO it. It's pretty important, but you got to remember that it's only on your turn. It gains a 15k whenever, but during your turn, for the duration of the battle, it gets 15k and then you get to choose one. So we go on. Sorry, I couldn't find the cards for a second. Preemptive's busted. We're getting more preemptives for every color, but while we have it only for right now, we play it. It's green. You got a green leader. Really good. If you don't know what it does, when your opponent tries to attempt to play a 4 or less, you can tap 2 and make them put it in the drop. They don't get the play. They don't get the on-play effects. It goes straight to the drop. It's really good against, pardon my blanking my space again. I'm just trying to think of all of these decks and what it's good against. Zamasu, when they try to play the 4-drop, you just preemptive. That's how you get rid of an indestructible, is make sure that it doesn't get on the board. Another way to help self-awaken is your Shocking Death Ball. You'll usually get your 5 in the drop pretty easily because when Power Combined switches himself into the energy area to bring out another Vegito, he drops the Goku and the Vegeta under him back into the drop area. So you have 2 already, almost halfway there. You'll be there with the pseudo super combos. So you'll have the 5 usually, like all the time. And we play our 4 super combos, the best green one. This guy's just really good. The fact that you get rid of a card after you draw your 2 is important because you dig in the deck pretty much. You dig for options to help you stay alive, to make sure that you get the pieces that you need. It's very important. So when you're on this side, you have the green Vegito that, uses effect when he's on this side. And when he's on the side, you're at 4 or less, regardless. In this deck, unless there's a card that I don't know... Excuse me, hiccup. As long as there's a card that I don't know about, when you're on this side, you're able to use this. So at 4 or less, you draw 2 and then warp 1 card from your hand. Again, very important because digging. If you draw 2 cards and you draw a card you don't like, that you don't need, you can just automatically warp it without having a second thought. So that's important. And then for the last card in the deck, I play a Fu. This guy is just amazing. There's nothing more to say. He's a triple attack, overwhelm 8. You tap 4. Your opponent can't activate skills unless they choose 1 card in their hand and send it to their warp. He's just like, I don't even know. They try to use your super combos to draw, any mandatory effects to draw, like anything like that. They have to place a card in the drop area. So he's just really good. He's really good to help apply a lot of pressure or get rid of a hand, pretty much. If you need to make sure that you live next turn, this guy's a very good option. So yeah. If you guys like my deck profile, that's it. So I hope you liked it. I put a lot of time and thought into the deck. The deck kind of, it plays super well together. It's not anything that's too difficult to play. After you play it a couple times, you'll start seeing the combos popping up. It takes a lot of knowledge about the deck to know what to keep from your mulligan and what not to. What to be digging for, but after a couple games, it comes very easily to understand because the deck really only has 3 plays. It's the Gogeta, the Vegito, and the Power Combined. And when you do all that, the deck just synergizes together really well. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys like the deck profile. If you did, let me know. I'm pretty proud of it. I tried really hard. I was playing a couple really janky Vegito deck lists when I was test playing. I was just not having any fun because this deck was just really slow. But I think adding the Gogeta in the 1-drop Gohans really helped the deck a lot. And the pseudo combos as well are very important. I was running 2 of these Foos, but the Foos clogged too much. So yeah. If you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe. We want to get to that 1,000 mark by the end of the year. We also want to do something for 500 subscribers. So, it'd be amazing if we could reach there. So, please leave a like as well so I know that you guys like this deck list. If you did as well, comment too. I love seeing your comments. We just did a video for the commenters. We did 2 of them actually. Someone asked for a deck profile. We did it. And then we did a game for a deck list that 2 people liked. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.